I've just got my notes.
So I've got my notes here. Now, I say I've got my notes. I put them in a special place for when I moved so that I would have them ready for this stream. I cannot remember where said special place is, so these are my notes. Look at them. All of the 0 notes that I have. So I am going off of memory here today because I can't find my notes. I know I've got about 4 pages of notes, 4 or 5 pages of notes. But anyway, so we are 56% of the way through. We are doing the 9 p.m. and hopefully the 10 p.m. hours tonight. Sort of, it's done in hourly chunks, and the story sort of advances hour by hour. So, there was a lot of information to take in one go, but hopefully it'll all come flooding back to us. Because basically we did some looking, and there are some marvellous leaks in this outhouse behind the pub. Absolutely marvellous.
Unless they've been taken into the restaurant to serve for dinner. No.
There's no one eating in the restaurants.
And all that butter that's out there.
So.
Let's go and ring the bell to start. As a sort of, like the boxing matches, they ding ding. Let's go. Yeah. Ready, everyone?
Ding ding goes the bell.
Hey!
So, yes, let's replay this most recent thing that we asked Rebecca. So we're in the pub, so we can talk to Rebecca. We asked about this application form.
Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Okay. We found last time that that the aptitude test was basically it wasn't about your aptitude. It was about your family history or something like that. It wasn't about your suitability. It was just asking you things. It wasn't really aptitude.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Probably. Let's just check the restaurant. Is there anyone there? No. Are there leeks on the menu? Hang on.
That's buttered leeks would be pretty much the only thing I can think that they make.
Can't see it. But anyway, there is no one. The fact that we can go here implies at some point this location will become important, but it hasn't yet.
Oh, we might even be able to go to the lavatories because they're pointed out as well.
That's true. Okay. Good luck with your puzzle, GM. So this is the map of the village. So Simon and Emma live here. This is where the body was found near the lake. This is the mind-washing compound or whatever it was. Post office. Can we go in the post office? No, we've never been able to go into the post office. Thing is, at the end of the last stream, we had asked everyone everything I think we had, so we kind of...
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I just love that question.
Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
With Liam, the first
Lisa.
victim. No, Lisa.
Paul.
Sorry, yes.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had 1 or 2 psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
So, 21. I feel like that's going to be important as well, because some of the people were quite young coming out of college, weren't they, going to Atlas? So, so the aim of this game is to go through everything that someone has said and pair 2 things together that then make a contradiction. And when you get one of those, they then go, oh, sorry, I mean this, and you get more information. I don't quite know where
That's
to
all for the
go.
moment. Thank you.
Don't quite know where to go.
No, I'm trying to think because Lisa was the last person we spoke to. Who's James?
James is the Magic Mint guy.
Oh yeah, he was the last person I've actually got a note for. So we got about
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
we got the bit about Paul saying the age had been raised, and they're being sued by Lisa or something. And then we saw James.
Do you know
and he
anyone
said,
who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa. Lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
If you can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts, you've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times. Got talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. But she was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she's more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
"Yep, that was the last thing I wrote in my pad of notes."
Thought the devil was after her.
I don't think we could get
Be
back into
back
Lisa's
later on, if
cottage
that's okay.
after we spoke to her, did we? Because she left.
She left and then we couldn't get in. I'm going to see if I
exactly.
can, but I strongly suspect we can't. We should check out the garage. Not the garage. Well, yes, we'll check the garage out as well, but the greenhouse. Yeah, she was in here.
Yeah, Marky, I think it's for sort of environmental effect. Atmospheric effect rather than cue cards.
I'm going to head up to the greenhouse just in case. We should also walk through the woods again because every time we walk through the woods something happens. But we'll quickly look in the greenhouse. So this is where he made the scrying glasses, okay.
And this is one of two greenhouses, isn't it? Or two
We can go further up.
places.
And this is why he has clean shoes, because look, you won't have clean shoes there. And then this is where he was growing the magic mint. Is there anyone going to be hiding in here? No.
Yeah, I like your theory about the woods because we've definitely sort of spooked people and had new experiences every time we go through there.
We've come
New experiences being a bag put over our head.
No, well, that was.
Oh yes, we were mugged.
Yeah.
We were.
I've failed 3 times to get into this little cul-de-sac. Here we go.
Left.
The path to the right.
Oh, the right. Sorry. Oh.
Okay, no one there at the moment. Head into the woods. Let's go to the jetty.
Walk along the jetty.
No. Yeah.
Have we tried using anything on anything? Because we haven't done that for a while.
No, we haven't.
Let's have we might have to have a look and see what we've actually got.
We'll have a look at what items we have.
Yeah.
So this tree was being carved with this sort of hand symbol, which was it in memory of someone? Is that what we've now found out?
Was that in memory of Liam? Because Liam was in a rock band with somebody else.
Oh,
and they play in the pub sometimes.
yes, that was at Rebecca's pub.
Yes. Was it Emma? Was it Emma who played in the band as well? Because she claimed not to know him at first, and then it turned out they were in the band together.
So we looked at this tea.
That was it, yes. Another one of those contradictions.
And there was a video of an old seminar going on. We can't look in the cardboard boxes anymore, unfortunately. Try the door on the right. And it's going to be empty, isn't it? It's going to be... They've had their seance for all whatever it was. So it isn't that. Yeah, we did do that, Brooks.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Oh, so this is Ryan. And yes... problem is that with waiting 2 weeks, is now with all the contradictions, it's hard to remember everything. So it's
Yeah, we've got a red
that's it for now.
contradiction
Thank you.
there. Yeah, Foggy, I agree. It's like, what's in our inventory? Is there...
So we have a driving licence.
Try using it.
Nothing can be done here. No. And I'm absolutely certain that this above it is going to be key. Because we've shown this driving licence to absolutely everyone who we've come across, and so far's everyone gone, it's a driving licence. A silver key that we have used to unlock the pub room behind the pub.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was an unlocked bicycle seat outside Eden Lodge, which is Simon's bicycle. We've got a screwdriver that we stole.
Did we use that for something?
Yeah.
We used it to get in somewhere, didn't we, or open something? Or...
I feel like we did, but it doesn't mean we can't use it again. Here's the broken pendant, so there's the bird part of it. We don't have the cage part of it, which is there. Simon makes homebrew. That's got to come into things, surely. Broken pub window.
Can't use the mask yet, have we? We just have it and shown it to people.
And yes, thank you. We used the screwdriver to pry the necklace out of the jetty.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Hologram Zedster.
So cardboard mask, Atlas advertising poster.
I'm using it. Wow. Okay.
I think it's a generic thing on any item that we have. Oh, shall we try scrying? Yeah.
I'm wondering if we can... where could we use the scrying mirror? Because they talked about water, didn't they? You can look into water and it has the same effect. But
we can try doing that next to the pond, I guess. We have some of the magic mint, which is known as that, and there's a third eye flyer. A remote control lock that was for the garage, which we have used, because Ryan has a guitar collection. Oh yes, he's a wannabe guitarist, but he's terrible at it.
But he's tone deaf, his dad said.
He's tone deaf. And also, doesn't he have dyspraxia or something like that?
That was
yes, that's right.
Rebecca told us that, didn't she? I think.
Oh yes, there's a few things about Monarch Costumes, which is a fancy dress shop.
Oh yes.
So first of all, this bag was put over Jenks's head. And Monarch Costumes... Oh, someone liked having parties. Who liked having parties? Was that Paul? Or was that Ryan? Ryan, I think, liked having parties.
It was Ryan, and I think Simon knew about them, or went to them, or Simon definitely talked about them.
Oh, hang on. What is Kate's age? 94. 1994 was her death. Sorry, her birth, of course. And this came out... So 21 would have been 2015, which would have been roughly when it came out. That may
so
may
there's
not...
a good idea there from Priggs. Do we show the driving licence to Paul?
We'll try a contradiction with Paul there.
Yeah.
And the whole, if she was under 21 and he's raised the age.
Could be. There's definitely something. I don't know. Have we actually got a Paul from contradiction from Paul yet? That might be interesting.
So doesn't know. Didn't. I mean, there is that, but also raise the age to 21. Not a contradiction.
What's the Lisa couldn't handle the course techniques? What does that mean? I can't. Is that to do with the hypnosis or the devil worship? Or
I think it was too much for her. I think.
Okay.
So the test designed to reveal psychological issues. Lisa couldn't handle the course techniques. Raised the course age to 21.
Did we find out from Paul about the necklace that was it him who bought, or was it Ryan that bought the necklace? I'm trying to think now.
I think Ryan bought a necklace and he won't say who it was for. It seems likely that he bought it for Emma if he was having an affair with her.
So Paul bought a freedom necklace for a student but didn't buy it for Kate.
Yeah. And Kate got it from Emma, so it makes sense that he may have bought it for Emma.
Oh, so was he so it was Paul having an affair with Hang on, I'm getting confused.
Oh no, sorry. Is that
Dad.
Paul, not Ryan? Paul's the dad,
this
isn't
is
he?
Paul.
Paul's the dad.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Meredith's got a
so-
good question. Was the license stolen during the stunt? So, didn't know she'd lost a driving license, and oh no, there's nothing to take here. There's nothing.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, I can't compare. So, if he bought it for Emma, what's under Emma's guilt?
Didn't encourage Emma to criticise Liam's birthmark. So Liam had a birthmark on his face, and sort of as the do something unexpected.
I mean, hardly knew her and once tried to date her seems a contradiction, but it looks like we've already used hardly knew her.
That's old. It's now once trying to date.
We can't use it.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go for a hint just to start to move us along, if that's okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Probably be back
makes
later.
Now the question is, how do I get a hint?
Is it the police officer?
The phone
Phone
box.
Call the chief. If you're quick enough, you can write down that number. Oh.
Make it interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire, taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
Made by
I
Rebecca.
mean, I'm going to say, tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotising yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jenks.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
So is it that they're saying that hypnosis is safe, but then Lisa went crazy using it?
So Marky V's saying that's my contradiction.
Oh, well, oh, brilliant, Marky. Well,
So who am I going to go to? Is that Paul again?
it will have to be Paul because Lisa's gone out, and I presume we won't get her back until we move on somehow.
I've gone to James, sorry.
A few more questions, please.
Another excellent impression.
Yes, I just think I'm natural.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I didn't say it properly.
So it's someone else who's got that one. So what am I... So Atlas auto-hypnosis.
The hypnosis, so it... Impossible to be hurt.
So it's one... So not used on the course anymore, even though we now think it is.
No, well, it used to be. I don't think it is now. But
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think he's telling the truth that they stopped using it, but I still think...
So what's he saying about Lisa? Can we see?
So impossible.
See any...
So it's impossible to be hurt, is saying Marky V, and now.
And then Lisa's accusation, maybe.
No, it's not that.
No.
Atlas also hypnosis, impossible.
Is it under the aptitude test? There we go. Lisa couldn't handle the course, or maybe the one above it. Maybe aptitude. Yeah, everyone in the chat is saying aptitude.
It's not that one, so I'll try the couldn't handle the course techniques. Paul says Lisa was disturbed by techniques used on the course. There we go. And now impossible to be hurt or damaged. That feels...
Oh, thank goodness.
Just nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident,
Not.
flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
I mean, correct.
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really?
You
And did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not
Oh,
professional.
that's a lie
that
as
feels
well.
like a lie, isn't it?
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
And also, everybody else said that Emma was morose and depressed and angry all the time.
So that was... Okay, here we go. Kate Vine flirted with Paul. Avoids relationships with students.
Avoids relationships, but once tried to date Emma?
Yes.
So where did... Once tried to date Emma.
Yep.
And avoids relationships with students. Yeah.
Objection. 2 in a row.
Hooray.
So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
Ooh.
We did start playing 9.
10 o'clock, it's getting late.
Quite some
I'm
time.
going to have to pick up the pace if I'm going to solve this by midnight.
Yes, you are.
I think we were quite far through 9 p.m. when we stopped, so...
We did.
Oh, the music's changed.
Indeed it
Oh,
did.
please let the restaurant be open now.
Okay, is there anything to eat as...
I really don't think it's my place, darling. I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when you don't do as I say.
So it's going to be that kind of evening, is it?
If you play the cards right.
Only if you do.
Problems?
Hello, Inspector.
Yeah.
See you
So
later.
creepy. He looks like he's got dog collar on as well.
Ding ding.
It's very good father and son casting because they are both as creepy as each other.
Oh, please tell me. Oh, what?
There's a magnifying glass. Though.
Oh, yes,
What can we
magnifying.
look at?
Well
Because
spotted.
this is now open. That was not open
Left the
before.
cupboard
That's-
open.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yes, prudes. Ooh.
Now, oromorph is something to help you sleep. It's like morphine!
Ah.
It's a source of morphine. Good evening, Orphan Possum. Hope you're doing... I did enjoy the white cubes as well. That's probably for the oromorph, to drop it onto that. But the oromorph is like a solution of a weak solution of morphine that if you take it before sleep, it relaxes you and helps you get through the night, I believe. Or not if you take too much of it.
So whose was that? Was that Rebecca's or?
Well, it's in the pub, and I can't remember. Was
I
that
think it had Rebecca's name on the
It'll be in the
prescription,
book,
on the label.
Rebecca's
Okay.
name on the prescription? I mean, I'm sure actually, if we look at this, we should be able to. Rebecca's prescription. There we go. Should we ask Rebecca about her prescription?
I think we should.
Ding goes the
Ask
bell.
about a few more things, please.
Oh, we do it all the time, Arch. It's absolutely fine. Let's ask about the prescription.
The cupboard downstairs. There's a lot of unopened stuff.
I
in
enjoyed
it.
going
Is there?
through it.
Prescriptions made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Yeah, okay, so the chemist is a friend of the family. Chemist gives them too many because it's not a highly regulated drug. Yeah, pint of bitter and some oromorph, please.
Oromorph. I'm just going back through my notes because when we asked her about the magic mint, which was obviously some time ago because I'm still scrolling.
Doesn't take any drugs or medicines.
Yeah.
That feels like a contradiction.
Just a little bit.
Ding!
Hooray.
So,
Yes.
You don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Yeah.
Well, they're not actually for me, they're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name. He's
what?
an old gentleman.
Does Ryan need prescription painkillers?
Yes, he's got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
Entirely possible.
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions.
Well,
I think I might have a word with him and work out exactly what this medicine is.
I like the fact that the symbol for arthritis is a walking stick.
More like a shepherd's crook.
Is it Ryan who has the guitar collection? Because we thought about Ryan and his dyspraxia and trying to work out what that might contradict with. I'm wondering whether arthritis affecting fingers.
Absolutely. He's going to say it's in his hand, and then we're going to get him on the guitar collection thing. I'm glad that you're enjoying Awesome Possum. The detective is just wonderfully cocky and bizarre at times. It's just fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hilarious.
Probably be back later.
Probably. Where do you think Ryan is? Do you think he's going to be in his office in Atlas?
Yeah.
Because we have changed hours, so he could have moved. Hang on, no, we saw him in the pub just now. With the prescription, of course. Giving it to Rebecca, as it were. Let's... He is in here, okay.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
So quick trip to the pub, then back to...
prescriptions.
Okay, let's start with this one.
Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. Do you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
Oh, God.
That came out of left field.
That's what. Oh, dear. Cringe tonight.
Everybody get a room. Right, let's ask about the arthritis.
Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that.
Hand?
Well, yes. I'm old before my time.
It's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector. And sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home. It's not a problem.
Yeah, how much of that whiskey has he had in his glass? So, arthritis in his hand. Well, let's fiddle him on the guitar collection. Dabbles in playing the guitar. Not a contradiction.
I mean, I guess he still could if
yes, as someone points out, you could.
Yeah.
Takes painkillers for his arthritis, keeps painkillers at work and home. Now,
no drugs in work.
Yes.
No drugs at the.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the wrong one. This is the one that I want. Keeps some at work and some at home. Now we know. Oh, good luck finding this. We know.
Is it the magic mint, or the?
Can't remember now. There's too many of them now.
No interest in drugs. Doesn't keep any medicines on site.
Yes!
Hooray!
Oh, these are really good and thick.
You don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas.
No.
Except your prescription painkillers.
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site.
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in the storeroom. Nobody would have access to them.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely sure.
And what are the painkillers, Ryan?
They're painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Really not.
Paracetamol.
He sounds like Boris Johnson now.
Morphine.
Don't say that.
All right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom.
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Despite the fact that she's got a packet of
So
them.
it is morphine Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together.
And they're in
now
her
I just
name.
have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
Mighty Morphine Power Rangers, says Hollow. Oh my goodness.
Like it. Okay.
And Arch as well. So...
Right.
They're in her name, though. There's no extra... contents of the cupboard belong to Rebecca. Keeps the morphine in secure atlas. Keeps the cupboard locked. I mean, I can try that, but I don't think it's going to work. And then in a secure atlas... No. There are definitely shenanigans. I'm going to say that someone is telling a fib somewhere. We can, of course, ask absolutely everyone this question about the prescription and the arthritis, so I'm going to suggest...
That's all for the moment,
that
thank
we
you.
do that, especially asking Paul.
And maybe asking Emma as well, given the affair.
Oh, yes. Let's just try the door on the right whilst we're here. Is there any shenanigans going on in here? No.
Emma.
We'll find out when we look through everything. So let's start with Paul.
I wonder if we should talk to Emma about... Will she now have anything to say about the relationship?
Please?
Well, we'll ask everyone, of course. It's unlikely Paul would know about the prescriptions in the medical... Fine, but the arthritis.
When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Ooh.
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of discomfort. He pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he suffers from arthritis.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh, he only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
Interesting. Well, that's fun.
Now it was the chemist. Rebecca said it was the chemist who was the family friend who was supplying the medication.
But we
and
can't...
that's not the same as a GP prescribing it, but we can't match those two
Indeed.
things up.
We can't hear, but that's a good thing. Unless, of course, the GP was the family friend, which I guess is a possibility, but...
Be back later on, if that's okay.
It's a great game, awesome. The chemist is giving more than prescribed, the GP is prescribing them. Oh, yes, you do need...
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Let's have a quick look behind the Brandon house. Is the car still there? I need to write down the... there we go. That's the number plate. So that's Ryan's new car after last one had devil worshippers painted all across it. Let's ask... Well, we need to do Simon and Emma, but can we now ask Rebecca anything further? Ding ding.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
No, can't. Boo.
Thank you. Probably be back
Emma
later.
would know what's wrong with Ryan. Hang on, so... Oh, so does that mean that, like, Paul tried to date Emma, but Emma's now dating Ryan?
So instead of... They've gone for the son rather than the father.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what's
that's
happened. Prefers a bit of life in their man. I don't know. Let's... Ooh.
Ooh. You dropped something, mate. What's the betting that we're going to steal this?
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the clues I can get.
What is that?
What?
Does it say Aztec or something on it? Time to steal, absolutely.
Steal it?
Well, let's have a look and see. What did we just pick up? A dropped business card for Aztec for Dean Hayfield.
Oh.
That's a new name.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a dropped keyring, Saint Bernard de Menthon. And of course, Menthon sort of means mint, doesn't it? So that's Is that the patron saint of magic
yes.
mint or something? It's not stealing. It's technically not anybody's in particular since it's on the floor. Well,
If you've just been the person who dropped it, I think it might be. Stealing.
A few more
I mean, it's
questions,
your
if
own
you don't
moral
mind.
compass that guides you.
right. Let's ask about the prescriptions. She doesn't know anything about that. Let's ask about the arthritis. Okay, which his father does not think. My car is on the floor. Please don't take it, says Brooks.
It's about Ryan Round's arthritis.
What about your pocket
Arthritis?
proofs? It's anyone's.
I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Okay. So agrees with the father there. So what is this business card that
Have you
just got
seen
dropped?
this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
Emma.
Yeah, but we've heard that before.
Yeah.
And what is this keyring?
What do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this from when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
No, we stole it.
He can't keep anything.
I'll just give it back to you.
Oh,
There you go.
feel free to not tell us anything about it. But bought the keyring for Simon whilst on holiday.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Gonna nip next door.
To see Simon. Let's ask about the arthritis.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis? Apparently. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't notice he had any problems.
That's because he doesn't have arthritis.
Clearly not.
Right. Fib your way through this one, please.
I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need it.
Fair enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah, that's just a pin for something. It's okay, I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No, it's it's not important.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped the
Who's
keys
Nathan?
off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
A car?
Did he didn't have a car before?
Yeah.
Where did this come from? That sounds suspicious.
That's a contradiction right there, Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan. Because let's go to the bike. Where is it? Unlocked
Wasn't Nathan
bicycle.
his cousin who lent him the bike or something?
Bike is the only way he can get to work, but he's got a car.
Yeah.
That's
Owns a new car.
Aha.
Hello.
Oh.
So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
Well, I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
Oh.
I
Why
got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop. It got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
Think I'll check it anyway.
So the storeroom had a broken
Must
lock,
have been
and
a
the
very
storeroom.
nice laptop to be able to buy a car.
Yes!
with insurance.
Yeah, exactly,
Or a
I
very
think that.
cheap car. Might have to have a
what
talk
everyone
with
says.
Ryan about his security measures.
So yes, there's also there's this room in which he keeps morphine. That's got a broken lock, and this laptop is somehow worth a car.
It's getting more and more incredible.
I'm enjoying how farcical it is. It's great. Okay.
All right, so we need to ask about the stolen laptop at Atlas, I guess, then.
Yeah. So we need to
Yeah.
ask about Ryan. Whilst we're here, going to visit
Thank
Emma
you. Probably be
and
back
ask
later.
about the stolen laptop. Did it have anything important on it? You know.
Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved.
Oh no, that's bad.
Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one.
Or
And
a
Simon
car.
uses it now. When I let him.
Pout, pout, pout.
Yes. Do we know anything about how she did her college work or anything like that in the past? I don't think we do. I don't think that's a contradiction.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, that's a good point. Prue says she bought a new laptop, but he got the payout.
Or she just chose them and...
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Right.
Press X to doubt.
Right, let's ask about these security arrangements. Because I'm going to say sus.
Sus.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yay! I'm going to get that as my ringtone.
I'll make a copy of it for you.
Thank you.
Let's ask about the business card.
Know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though. It's like a double act, doesn't it?
God, he's awful. It just gets worse.
No! Oh, dear. Has never heard of the IT consultant. They have their own IT consultant. What's he going to know about this?
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
Also, can I just say, when he leans too forward, he goes out of focus. Anyway, let's ask about the stolen laptop.
Were you at Atlas when Simon's laptop was stolen?
Oh, I believe I was, yes. It was taken from the storeroom in the hallway.
Was it ever recovered?
No, we didn't catch anyone. We're quite exposed out here. Somebody could just wandered along the lane, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
No, absolutely not. So, storeroom isn't particularly secure and keeps the morphine in a secure storeroom at Atlas. Feels like a contradiction to me.
It is indeed. Well done, Dan.
So the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
I didn't mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I keep them in there.
Okay. So where was it locked up?
I love this
It's
game.
upstairs. It's got a combination lock on it. Nobody could have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
1905.
I might have a look at that if you don't mind.
I wonder if that PIN
Don't
number
mind
might
at
be
all.
linked.
Yeah.
Combination
Okay,
locked
so
room, I
looks like-
see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
Yeah, it's going to be 1905, isn't it? The whole chat is just going...
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Yeah. Well done, everybody. Well, you know, I'm sure.
So now we can go up the stairs.
New place.
Oh, very quickly as well.
Poke pins in the card and see what the back says in Braille.
Let's try using this.
Oh, that wasn't hard.
Welcome to the mirror room. This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious.
I
As
was
you move through the network
not
of
expecting
mirrors,
this.
practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image.
I
am free from my
I
past.
am free from my
I am free from myself.
free from myself.
I am free from my image.
He has done very well to not walk into a mirror.
Yeah.
He has.
I am
Free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the notes carefully before attempting the module.
Oh, we can use our mask in here. Number 2 was about using the liberation mask. Is that what they said?
Okay. I'll be surprised, but no use for here.
Oh, what? Because it said, module 2.
I mean, a lot happened there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am free for my image.
Oh no, we've lost Caroline. We've lost Helen or Caroline. We've lost one of them.
Carolyn. Disclaimer for the chat: if you start to feel yourself feeling woozy or like your persona is leaving your body, then please do look away.
And if you're near a lake, be very careful.
Please be careful.
Oh, of course, because you can scry by looking into a mirror, and there's lots of mirrors here. Interesting.
Meredith, your message
that's the point. Can we use a scrying mirror here?
We can give it a go.
I feel like we should.
That was Hologray's idea.
Scrying mirror.
And Marky's.
No.
No.
It was a good stereo. It was a good stereo. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely good point, Proogs. There's definitely no morphine in here. This is not.
That's true.
That's true.
This is not a storeroom.
Unless they're hidden behind mirrors.
Yeah. And also, why does Simon have a PIN number for this room?
Well, maybe Simon doesn't.
If he's...
Nathan might do. This Nathan guy who just got really randomly name dropped just then, who borrowed the car.
No, well, the card was Dean, the IT guy, wasn't it? So I think he just ran the business up and down.
Simon knew that was a PIN number for something.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, he knew it was a PIN number. It was something, important. I can remember it.
Okay, so I'm sure we need to find out about this room, though, from Ryan.
There's a lot that's gone on.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Was Nathan the cleaner?
The IT guy was Dean something, Proogs, on the card.
Yeah, IT was Dean. I thought Ryan. Okay, let's ask him some questions about this storeroom.
Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some
The keypad was very worn. If you remember. Good evening, Shady Syntax. I am now in Surrey rather than in Bristol. That's why I have a different background behind me with a lovely new fancy light. So good evening. Hope you're doing well. Yes. Okay, we're going to have lots of questions to ask everyone else. So let's just do the rounds. In fact, let's ask Simon.
Okay, that's it for now.
Because he knew about the pin. He knew it was a pin, and. I'm so sorry, Shady. Yeah, I know. And good evening, it's Josh.
I don't think it was in the mirror room, Proogs. It was stolen from a less secure storeroom or something, they said, didn't they? It's not that storeroom, it's the secure storeroom with the combination lock.
Oh, yeah, so maybe we haven't actually found the storeroom. Okay, knock for Simon.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
No, we don't know about the doll burning, actually. We don't know it. We know Rebecca makes them, but we don't really know any more other than that they burn them. So, we don't really know about that yet. So.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
He's going to say no.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Useful.
No.
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance.
Well, that's a very different purpose.
When you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in. And only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
But you don't know the combination.
I think Helen spotted something. I'm no expert. What have you spotted, Helen?
Well, he doesn't know the combination to the mirror room, and yet it's written on the back of his card.
Where is it? Drop business card. Wrote his pin. It's not a pin. There's a contradiction! Marky V shouted it, yeah.
So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
No.
Except... you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin. It's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
Mm-hmm.
On your own? You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
So, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Probably in the stereo.
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Oh, yeah.
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried some morphine.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
Oh.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve? Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
From anyone who's already played this, is there a thing to do after 12, or is this the last chapter? I think we're going to finish tonight, Hello. I'm gonna have to set up a poll on Discord about what my next game's going to be. I'm going to be really sad when we finish this, because this is just so much fun.
It's been so good.
I think it's 8 hours a chapter, isn't it? So after 5, after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think after 12 might be one.
Although he did just say an hour left to solve this thing, didn't
Oh,
he?
no, true. Oh, is it 7? Okay, maybe.
Right. Let's go for it. Ding ding goes the bell. Let's ask Rebecca about things. Actually, let's see if she's got any punters finally at 11 p.m. for dinner. No, not a single customer. But at least we know why it was there now, because it was the morphine pills.
Right.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Okay, so let's ask about the business card. Because that music was quite loud, I turned it down, so I'm going to turn it back up again now.
That's a good point. There's a progress percentage, isn't it, on the main page or something? He points out.
There is. I can have a look at it.
That's fine.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
81%.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ding
Just
goes
a few
the bell
more
again.
questions, if you don't mind.
Too excited. Okay, the business card.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Well, that was exciting.
Yeah.
I like the fact that everyone in the chat's also going ding now.
Do you know anything about this?
In the video, things are wrong, isn't it?
Oh, come on, know something, Rebecca.
She's improving.
To be fair, there was no real reason why she would know anything about that, or indeed about the stolen laptop. Does she know about the mirror room?
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
I mean, she's right. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yes,
I know those weren't scrying mirrors, but did Ryan tell us that they didn't use mirrors anymore at one point? And we've now seen the mirror room, which he knows about.
Oh, okay. Written that down for when we go and visit. Let's ask Paul.
Ask about a few more things, please.
What nonsense his son's up to. So the business card.
Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some prisoner sort. Does our IT.
Fat, sweaty prisoner.
Large guy. No manners.
Wow, okay. So fat, sweaty, prisoner, and rude. Okay, all right. Mind you, the one without the manners is really Paul.
I bet you're not.
Seen this before anywhere?
No.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
And what do you know about Simon's laptop being stolen from Atlas?
Oh, no, I wasn't happy about it.
What did you do about it?
Ryan paid a con man to install a complicated CCTV system at twice the price that it would probably have cost. Seemed to do the trick, though. We haven't had a theft since.
So there is CCTV at Atlas.
Really? Oh.
I feel like that must be a contradiction with something somewhere. Right, what does he know about this mirror room?
Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
And not in theory.
So how is the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
Nobody's last. No. Yeah, we know, but we know that that's not true anyway.
I wondered why the CD was playing when he went in. I guess that could have just been for dramatic effect, but shouldn't have been really, should it?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else there. So
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Maybe Proogs, yep.
Let's... Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
This is 11 p.m, so it's pitch black.
It's James. Oh.
Ooh.
Amazon delivery.
Amazon Prime, yep.
Yep. Although they're supposed to come before 10. Naughty. Right, okay. Oh, that needs investigating.
It does.
2 boxes. What did he get? What did we get? Do you want? Shall we look at his greenhouse just to see if anything has changed? We'll look in this one first.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it, Josh?
Nothing there. Go further up to the other one. And in here. Anything here? Yes!
Oh, yes.
Oh!
They're here.
Yep.
Oh, magnifying glass.
Shoebox.
Those aren't shoes.
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Well, of course, the source of opiates is our poppies.
They are indeed.
Don't ask me how I know all this. Just marvel that I know all this.
Because you're a quiz writer, you need to know a lot.
Yes, yes. General stuff.
General murder mystery research, it was fine.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
And I'm telling the truth there, actually, disturbingly. So, we've got lots of questions for James.
Recognise this at all?
He won't.
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
They're into the fire. Oh, that was a shifty look. What's the address on the card? Can we see it?
Doesn't think the consultant lives locally. High Lane, Edenton. We don't even know the name of this village, so don't think we know.
Don't we? Oh.
No.
Oh, isn't that funny? I thought we would.
Don't think so.
Okay. Stolen laptop. Atlas mirror room. Box of poppy pods. Here we go.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them. To grannies.
OK, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that?
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
So did she have opium and morphine?
Yeah, I don't remember the opium thing, but I think we could look.
Kate Vine's death. That's his.
Yeah,
that's his
it.
answers.
Yeah.
Never extracted opium from the pods. Pods from a friend who didn't want them. Do we have anything?
You're right, Marky. Ooh. Ooh.
Doesn't grow any other drugs. Sold salvia to Liam. Don't feel like there's actually any contradictions there.
No.
No.
We've not talked about
Be
poppy
back later on, if that's okay.
But these poppy pods we can now ask everyone else about, so we will do that.
So we've got some poppy pods. Who would?
Just going to see if
Rebecca,
Yeah,
knowing about
she does
planty
crafty
stuff.
Yeah, and she does crafty stuff as well, doesn't she?
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Oh, I wonder if she put. Oh, do you think she puts drugs in the dolls?
Proogs, we could poppy in to see everyone.
Oh, very good.
No,
I mean,
don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
I'm worried that Marky V has turned into a spectre of some sort. Are you there, Marky?
I do like the thought of putting the opium in that so that they go into the trance. That's really good. Let's... Ding ding goes the bell.
Oh, it is Regis.
A few more questions, please.
So much fun.
So we've asked about that.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pods.
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Sus.
Doesn't feel good, does it?
I don't think we've got enough for contradiction, but it definitely sounds like it's leading that way.
Thank you. Probably be
Poppy
back
pods.
later.
Yeah, poppy pods.
Okay.
Right. So, guys, she wasn't. No.
Well, we've got Simon and Emma, and Ryan and Paul.
And now it's 11. I wonder if Lisa's back.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Checked for Lisa. She wasn't there.
Oh, thank you. I must have been looking at my notes.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pods.
Poppy pods.
Poppy pods.
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Fine. Okay. Fine.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Paul.
But thank you very much for saying poppy pods.
Poppy pods.
Just having a look.
Peter Piper picked a pod of poppy pods. A peck of poppy pods. It's Pied Piper from yesterday.
Let's go for Emma first.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So yap. Okay.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room.
Is that the one with the mirrors?
I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
That's fair. She didn't stay.
Later in the course. Yes, you're right. She was only there for one session, so that's fine. Poppy pods.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods.
Poppy pods. Poppy pods.
Poppy pods.
Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I may have a Pavlovian reaction now to the phrase poppy pods.
Poppy pods.
It's going to be our new thing.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods.
Poppy
pods. Poppy pods.
As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
He's allergic to opiates, okay. Do we think he's allergic to opiates? Do we think Hologrow's now just said contradiction?
He took the morphine.
Is that also?
Yes, of course he did. He tried the morphine with Lisa. Not with Lisa, with Kate.
With Kate.
So is allergic to opiates. And then the mirror room took... There we go.
Aha.
Good work.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Trying to do each other?
Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
No, okay.
To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the...
victim.
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Wow.
So yes, prime candidates. Absolutely.
I am loving in the chat Optimus Prime candidate and Amazon Prime candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top work, chat.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
We'll ask Emma about the prime candidate, but she won't know because she was only there at the start. But
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student.
Valedictorian.
And you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
So if Simon... No, didn't think Simon was prime candidate. No, I was going to say if Simon was potentially a prime candidate, he could have bumped off Kate, but you know. Okay.
Be back later on if that's okay.
Puffy pods.
So,
just gonna have a quick scout of the woods.
oh, we haven't done that in such a long time.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
We went the wrong way.
No, is that duck still there? That duck is still there.
Yeah. He's been on one consistent thing, I think. The duck.
The Woods Lane. No. Oh.
No.
Oops.
Left.
Right.
No.
Right.
So which?
Right into wood.
There we go.
Continue to live.
And there was nothing there anyway.
I was
Excellent.
nothing there. I feel that. Okay.
Head into
Carry
the woods. Let's just check. Have we done the
We've
jetty?
been the
Further into the
jetty.
woods. Into the clearing.
Clearing. Come on. Oh.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing.
Oh.
Keep pushing.
Oh.
Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to.
Oh.
Ow!
Excellent, Tom.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
A bit of a trigger body there for blood.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
How does he know who we are?
And so this
who
would
is
be
he?
for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
Kyle.
Who's Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's
I
not a
remember
good
the
idea to talk
name.
to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
Yeah, Kyle is the cleaner. Oh, hooray! Stealing some car keys.
Hurrah.
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan. Is your keys, Kyle?
He's right-handed.
How did he? He just walked off with them.
So
but
that's
he's got them-
threshold testing,
Okay.
is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
So yes, he threw the keys back, but not what I would argue is the most important part of that key ring, which was the key fob. I do like the fact that Arch is asking, we're making more on kebabs.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh wow, lots to unpack here. So Kyle was what, the cleaner?
I think so, and he works on
And
hours.
is he the one who mugged us?
We don't
way
know
back?
who mugged us.
And who? Because it was only young. It was just a couple of young kids who was like carving the
Yeah,
tree.
that was
wasn't
other
it?
people. Bruce says open the car. That is a very good point. We can probably open that car. Because they're car keys.
Oh, yes.
The Audi, if it's right, if it's Ryan's.
Whoops. So yeah, I'm going to go there now, because hopefully that'll give us a piece of evidence we can now
Random
ask
piece.
everyone about. Really hoping this just sets off the alarm. Use this. That's push the button acting, that is. Getting the auto for some auto hypnosis, says Hologrove. Oh, that seat needs moving back for his length of leg.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Ryan's paid Kate 500 quid, or was going to.
So was that a fair
This is a
blackmail?
door like, oh, I guess he was doing it quietly. Oh. Yes, because it's known as a check. It's a thing we used to have.
Oh dear. Interesting.
Yes, that is the passenger side.
That's all about the legroom a TT has anyway, apparently, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, who do we want to ask things to? Do we want to go to Ryan?
Oh god. Well, right, yeah, because we've got his keys and his check. What was the other thing we just?
The Atlas Prime. So
yeah.
we need to ask him about the Amazon Prime candidates and things like
Yep.
that. So up to Atlas we go. Ooh, opinions on cars are coming in. It's a VW Golf in a frock. Is he
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Hey!
Yay!
Oh, guess what we haven't asked about?
Poppy pods.
Oh.
Let's go.
Know anything about poppy pods?
Poppy pods.
Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods.
Poppy pods.
I won't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Oh dear, this game.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector?
No thanks to you.
Prime candidates are simply the best students, the ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple deal.
And how do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
Interesting.
Well, got to ask about the check then, haven't we? Because I presume we'll get an answer to what that's for.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Wow, okay. It's Josh says he thinks there's a contradiction there. Heard Kate wanted to... So, have we got a contradiction there with something that Kate was doing? No ulterior reason for giving Kate the money. It's Kate Vine's death. Let's have a look. Okay, fine. Kate's driving licence. Drop silver key, unlock bicycle street. No, I don't think there's... Oh, with the prime candidates. So, students aren't tested. Simon have been trying to undermine Kate. But there's no... Poppy pods. No, I don't...
No.
Oh, appeared happy. Don't think so. Don't think so. So, I mean... Oh, students aren't testing the aptitude test. I mean, we'll try that, Arch, but I don't quite feel that that's what it was meaning, if that makes any sense. Oh, I can't even do it. It's got to be something. It's got to be something I can pair up. Freedom.
Oh, no.
Because the aptitude test is here and there's nothing I can go off of that, so that's a bit irritating.
Yeah, because if you're not tested, then what's the Atlas test for? Okay.
It's not in the Atlas room. Not there. Ryan's arthritis. Prescriptions. No. I think...
keep going, and because
this is accusation. Do some
disturbing techniques.
Students aren't tested. Incident prompted them to introduce an aptitude test.
Aha.
Not a contradiction.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think.
Maybe it means testing,
like
as
an
in...
A level or something.
It depends what you mean, I guess, by testing, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, that's it for now.
Good
Thank you.
spot though. Well spotted, because I think that's a potential thing. Do we want to look upstairs? Let's go here.
Ooh, upstairs. Oh no, we've been upstairs.
No, it's the mirror room.
That was the mirror room,
That's
wasn't
the
it?
mirror room, sadly. Yeah. Oh,
Nothing
very
else
quiet
in here.
Okay.
Wasn't there something about students not being bribed? Oof, possibly.
What, really? Wow.
I don't remember that.
Don't remember. I remember students not doing drugs and not being tested.
Anything in here? No. Nothing in here.
I think a lot of these things, like the mint and they're kind of slightly part of the story, but they're not actually going to have much of an impact going forward. Like the doll and things like that. You know, we learn about them, but I don't think they're actually going to be key to this.
You watch.
Poppy pods.
Kitchen. Nothing else is going on in the kitchen, so we can go over to the TV again. But that's all. That's exactly the same.
Yep.
So. No poppy pods in the kitchen.
James is busy selling them to grannies. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's think.
For arts and crafts.
Yeah, we could ask people about the check.
Yeah, and I'm wondering
think about
Emma, maybe asking Emma about the check, because there's the whole bit about Kate blackmailing about the affair.
Oh, yes.
So that could be blackmail money for the affair.
Yeah.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
So, yeah, don't know about that. Okay. Wouldn't know about the money.
Oh. That's surprising.
Thank you.
I agree with you, Caroline.
Because also she was giving Kate money, wasn't she, for a while?
And also Simon.
It was a hot... Yeah.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Would Rebecca know about this £500 cheque her husband had received?
Oh, that's a good point. And also Paul might know, I suppose.
Oh, yes.
It's probably his money anyway.
Yeah.
Daddy's money.
Daddy.
Let's just check the restaurant. Yeah,
I agree,
still
Meredith.
dead now. Ding ding goes the bell.
A few more questions, please.
Hey. Okay, we haven't asked about the prime candidates either, so...
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
I think she did it. I don't know why, but I think she did
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
What happens then?
They get sacked.
From what?
Yeah.
I mean, that is what happens when you're not good enough for a job. Best not...
Oh!
Oh.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Yeah.
First time I've seen best not to ask.
First time Jenks has had any morals. The thief. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's investigate behind the pub just in case the leaks have disappeared.
and now he's not a thief. Things just fall out of cars and into his hands.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
Yeah, the leaks are there. Tubs of butter. Use the key fob, but it doesn't do anything. Dropped key ring. Dropped business card. Aptitude test. Vandalised car photos. Red torch. We did that. Yeah, we've already used the red torch.
Yeah, we used the torch.
We might be able to use the torch elsewhere, I guess, but I don't know whether it's a multiple use kind of game.
Did we ask Simon and Emma about the check? Oh, we tried to ask Emma, didn't we? Yeah.
Right. Let's ask Father.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
So, prime candidates. Oh, he might have some words.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students, and they get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Did
Go on.
No, I thought he might have said something about we don't test them or we don't make them prime students or something.
He's not the first person to mention international companies. I think
Yeah.
Ryan also did, but let's ask about the check.
Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
Better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
She wasn't blonde, was she?
No, as Ryan was interested in blondes. Even in catnip, I hope you were right.
Emma isn't blonde, and neither is Kate.
I feel like that's a contradiction somewhere. I feel like hair
Yeah.
colour
Yeah.
got talked about ages ago.
Was it when they were talking about the parties and the costumes?
Oh, yeah.
There was that whole conversation around, yeah.
Guitar collection, bag used in mugging. It's something around here. Theft stunt, Emma's guilt, red torsion, Lisa's accusation.
So I wonder whether Ryan, talking to Ryan about, although no, he's not said he doesn't like blondes.
So the driving license does have her as a non-blonde, but there's no real contradiction that I can put up against it because didn't see it anywhere and blondes.
Oh, yes, it might have been a conversation with with Matt Smith or Simon.
Be back later on if that's okay.
We definitely didn't have a thing for blondes. It was because they're both.
We'll see if Lisa is in a minute, but let's go to Abbey Farm.
2 non-blondes, Marky. Love it.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
So we've done that. Doesn't know about that. Doesn't know about the money. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Is Lisa in? Mad Lisa.
Ah, try. Yeah, we have tried.
Oh no! Oh, I didn't want to call the chief. Sorry.
You can't stop it, can you? Never
No.
mind. I might get a hint.
Yeah.
I can leave now. No, I can't.
Got something interesting, gents?
Very much so, sir. An interesting discovery in Ryan's car. A cheque for £500 from Ryan made out to Kate.
Blimey, how does he explain that?
He said it was an incentive. Apparently he'd heard she was thinking of leaving the course.
What made her so special that they were willing to pay her to stay?
Just a good student, I suppose.
Nah, doesn't add up. £500 is a lot more than an incentive, Jex. You can buy questions in Parliament for that. Sounds pretty desperate. Keep on at Ryan about it. Oh, and get yourself another drink.
Another drink. Thanks, Chief.
I'm having one. Bye.
Okay, keep on at Ryan about it. Thought we'd asked him everything.
Yeah,
Stuff.
Ryan has got a contradiction then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That seems. Chief seems to tell you where to focus.
We did the woods, did we? Have we done the? Yes, we
Yeah,
found skewer.
We found
Yes.
kebab, more on kebab.
I'm having one. Yeah. So let's head to the atrium and go to the lounge.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Thanks, please.
So a little incentive. I mean,
Someone before said Kate wanting to leave and Kate seeming happy, which might be worth a try.
Kate
And,
enjoyed the
I'm
course.
sorry, I forgot who said that.
Enjoyed the course and appeared happy.
Oh, yeah, but she was leaving.
But wanted to leave.
That is a contradiction, but obviously not an official one.
Oh, I thought we'd had one there.
No reason for giving Kate the money.
It was Meredith. Thanks, Meredith.
But if it was an incentive to Kate for to stay, then that's a reason, surely, for her to stay.
He has never bought a freedom necklace. 500. No.
So are those two? Are money meant as an incentive and no? Oh, it's no ulterior reason other than an incentive.
Maybe it's ulterior reason.
No cards. There was something about the course. Is there anything about the course techniques or anything that, like?
Mirror room locked so students aren't distracted. Is that?
Has he ever said, like, we don't teach bribery or we don't sort of...
Okay, yeah. Sort of... Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Money is meant as a little incentive.
Hooray.
So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. Ooh. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
But there's a contradiction.
So
right
Ryan's
there.
claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
So, students aren't tested.
Students aren't tested.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and as the little incentive?
Oh, no, it's just what he said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was after we revealed the contradiction. He's told us, but it's not logged it.
Well, just maybe there's nothing else to add on into there. But students aren't tested, but they very much are tested. That was under from there. Or what was the other half? Where was the other half of that last one?
Other half.
The
hypnosis, auto-hypnosis. The last contradiction.
Yeah, because it might... There we go. Gave Kate the money to test/assess her, and then... Because it appeared in the other half of the contradictions. And then... Students aren't tested.
Oh,
yeah. Hey!
Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate?
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference! If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
This must be the final hour. I had a feeling there was a 12 p.m. for some reason. 12 a.m., sorry.
Yeah.
So.
Still quite light.
We're above the Arctic Circle here, it's fine. Wow.
Yeah, it sounds like it's shady, but... It said we've not got a suspect, whereas Simon seems to be the main one.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
Now
got quite.
what, then?
He got quite angry there, didn't he? Really.
Oh,
He did.
We've got to talk to Simon now. Surely,
I was going to
then.
say, surely we have to chat with Simon.
Right. Let's go to see Simon. Where is he? Just turned it down.
Creepy.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Kate's prime status.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
Okay.
Oh.
So, had been asked to test Kate by Ryan for prime candidate. Didn't think Kate could be prime candidate. No.
Oh. Good guess.
It was a bit loose, but I thought I'd try it. Just check. Didn't socialise. Often seemed drunk. So yeah, that's all fine.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Let's ask Emma.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, you know, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
She never talked about Atlas.
We didn't. We couldn't ask Emma or Simon about the Czech holograph. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Meredith. It's like they kept going on about how the fact was always drunk, but yeah, they want to make her a prime candidate. Is it Paul and Ryan who kept saying that Kate was lovely and happy and friendly and bright, whereas the others all said she was a drunkard and abusive and angry?
So Kate never talks about Atlas, but she used auto-hypnosis. I don't think that's going to be a contradiction. No. But I thought I would ask. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Let's go to Atlas and ask Ryan about his blood pressure.
We seem to be sort of being pointed towards Simon, but he didn't really have much to say.
Well, neither would you if you were the murderer, I guess. Oh, he's not in.
Ooh.
Was he doing something in the mirror room?
Mirror room, yeah.
Why do you think the mirror room?
Just because it must have some meaning, surely, and he's just left the lounge. Has he gone upstairs to reflect? Has he got to reflect?
Maybe he's gone home to Rebecca.
Maybe.
Boo.
Oh, I thought we'd have a big showdown with him in the mirror room.
I know.
Oh, good point though.
Good place for a narrative denouement.
Marky said, "What does Paul have to say on the prime state?" Yes, hologram. Exactly. I was thinking, we'd walk in and there'd be like dark with lights flashing and. Anyway, I'm
gonna do a walk through the woods as well once I've done this. Once I've done
that's
two.
a good idea.
Yeah, good shout.
That's all fine.
Lovely.
Where we find a bunch of poppy pods.
Yeah. Have we ever seen that view? I don't remember seeing them leaving the door. Oh, I probably just. Right, let's go.
Oh, the owls are out.
Into the clearing.
Nope, nothing there yet, but still
Maybe
plenty of
themselves
woods.
free.
Oh, hang on, have I got to go left or right?
Left towards the lake.
Yeah, I don't want to go towards Atlas.
No.
So, Jetty, is the duck still there? Duck still there.
Nobody's feeling contemplative. Can't say that word. Contemplative.
To the path end, back to the junction, and
That's such a boring area down there. Yeah. Nothing ever happened.
Oh well.
Okay, so we've spoken to Simon and Emma.
We've not been to the village hall at all.
No,
so
we haven't.
There's just that one poster that was right at the start, and everything else has been irrelevant. Okay, pub time.
Yep. Ding.
Anyone at the restaurant at midnight? Good.
What kind of midnight snacks?
Ding ding.
Do you want questions, please?
So, yes, we're not asking about the check, but let's ask about the prime status.
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
Kate Prime.
No.
Just so
Is that
that's all
eloquent,
Thank you.
isn't she?
That was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Okay. So who have we got left?
James, but he doesn't know anything about Atlas stuff, does he?
No, not really. No. Okay. Lisa?
Yeah, she could be back, of course.
I was going to ask Paul
things,
anyway
please.
about
So,
prime candidates.
Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Don't use threshold testing. That feels like a...
Maybe from the CD DVD. Oh, the stealing his purse, you mean? The thing that he used to do where he stole people's wallets. Is that what you mean?
Yes. So Paul's theft stunt. Oh, we can't...
I'm sure... Oh, the bag used... No. I'm sure we'd spoken to Paul, because it wasn't it Paul that did it? Oh, unless that was a contradiction and he told us about it all during the contradiction. Is it? We haven't got the DVD in the list, have we?
No.
No, because it's all about the theft.
Leaders don't get involved in don't use threshold testing. That's what I think is somewhere. Students not encouraged to hurt each other. Now there feels like a contradiction. It's not that. Doll burning.
What if we got under the theft stunt?
Just that he did it.
Students encouraged to free themselves from guilt.
Kate's argument. Broken pub window. Simon's home brew. Box bottles and Kate Vine's death.
Oh, that's really weird. I thought we'd have some more about his thieving.
The
CD in the mirror room. Oh, not the one where he's stealing stuff from.
What's that a contradiction with?
That's what Marky's saying. The CD in the mirror room and what? And the fact that they don't get tested. What does it say under the Atlas mirror room?
CD in mirror room is used on the course. Mirror room used for meditation. Nobody's allowed to know.
I didn't make enough notes about what was said on the CD in the mirror room. I remember the thing about the mask.
No. I think as part of the CD, I think it said threshold testing.
Oh, so is it the other one that he said at the end? So the prime status, not the hurt
So
each
let's
other.
do CD in the mirror room and don't use threshold testing. Very well done, Marky V.
You say you don't endorse threshold testing? That's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth
Wow.
50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
Poppy pods.
You're going to have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
It's midnight. I need to do some work.
Yes.
Hasn't he retired?
Nobody goes to bed, so anything.
I'll see myself out.
Andrea.
Bye, Paul. Bye-bye. Oh.
Oh.
I'll be man your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
Like father, like son, then.
Oh.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
Lean on the wind. Lean on the fireplace and have some whiskey. There you go.
Kyle.
Kyle?
The cleaner.
He just called for Kyle.
Shut the gate on the way out. Thank you. Excellent.
Good.
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone.
Why not?
This is potentially quite bad. What's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Okay, well, I'm going to just explore a few things that we haven't... Is Lisa in? Lisa's not
I mean,
in.
surely going to Atlas is the worst thing he can be doing right now. If you've got the two men who run Atlas plotting to kill you, you don't go to their headquarters.
I mean,
you go to the
no
pub.
idea.
If you don't mind.
They also seem to get there very quickly without cars.
Yes.
Wouldn't know anything about prime status. So...
Be back later on, if that's okay.
So, James knows nothing extra.
Imagine if a policeman walked into your house, sat down and went... walked into your house, said, I've got a few questions, sat down and then just stood up and went, well, I'll be back later. Walked off again. I've decided you don't know anything about this, I'll just leave.
Do we need anything from Rebecca?
A dinner, still?
Yeah, possibly.
Right, let's go straight to Atlas then.
Yeah, I think you're right, Marky.
Damn.
Oh!
I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Well. Well.
in the grounds.
I mean, nothing good can come from us walking in
The woods at midnight.
What can possibly go wrong? Here we go.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting. So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife. What? That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Trauma.
Terror?
Well, terror.
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now, look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime
There you
candidate.
go.
Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister.
Well, look
Oh,
what's
wait.
happened.
We know where there's some butter.
Simon killed her. Well, it seems reasonable.
Do
It's
a better
likely.
job than the current one.
Any more likely than you, Ryan?
Salted or unsalted?
Maybe a tub of lard.
I was going to say.
Pig!
No.
I know.
Naughty
Police
jokes.
brutality.
Naughty.
I'm angry. I am angry.
Charge him for assault. Charge him for assault.
It's all right. Are you okay?
Thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah. I'll just walk. I'll just carry on walking through this dark wood alone at midnight.
You save someone from being sacrificed. That's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along.
It's Paul
But
and
what's Simon
Ryan.
going to say about Ryan's accusation?
Wasn't me. The Shaggy defence. So, yes. Just checking the jetty. Is the duck still there? Duck's still there. Good.
Just looking for this young girl who's walking through the woods on her own. You know, just
At midnight.
Because it's gone midnight.
after being almost sacrificed. You know.
Yeah, right, okay. Well, we've got some questions.
Questions.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So didn't think Kate could be prime candidate. That's
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Oh, I don't think
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving licence, give it to me.
Why?
Finally!
Kate's driving licence, please.
Finally, we've had this since the start.
See that pattern on the tape there?
Yes.
Let me show you something.
It's the same as the tape on... Oh, no, okay.
See this pattern?
Yes.
Now look at that. It's the same pattern.
Yes.
This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
Well, same brand, but yes.
So there's only one person that's tape like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving licence got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
And it's Rebecca's tape.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
Yes.
That's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you.
Horrible
right?
typo.
Kate gives her driving licence to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
It's very
I
dodgy.
find that a bit far-fetched,
Yeah.
Simon.
Oh, he's holding a pen. That's where
you know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
What, the tape?
But I didn't kill her. Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her.
I think it's Rebecca.
I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Sus. Sussy sus.
He's leaving. He's gone. Or he's in a... Oh.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Where was the body found?
I think it was Rebecca because the tape that I've said for literal hours of this game has been used on the broken window at the back of the pub.
I mean, it's a pretty wimpy argument that tape is the thing that catches the killer. I mean, I know in some cases it is something insignificant like that, but it is like, anyone you could have picked a bit of tape up.
So have we got to explore these woods again? Why did it drop us off in the woods?
Yeah, where was the body found? I imagine he's gone to...
They're not there then. Nope, dope.
Oh. Puppy pods.
Let's ask Emma about stuff.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Don't lend anyone any tape, anybody. You never know what it might.
Ryan's accusation about Simon. Oh yeah, this could get a rile.
Yeah, this could be good.
Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate.
No, definitely not.
Intriguing. Patterned sticky tape.
Have you seen this anywhere before?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember.
I remember.
Sorry. No.
I mean, I'm wondering if that tiny piece of, that tiny thin tape would hold stuff on a window.
It was just for a bin bag that was taped over it. It wasn't anything exciting. Broken pub window. Knows about the broken pub window. Recognises the tape. Come on. Yeah, it's not a contradiction though, is it?
No, not really.
Very good proofs.
Vague memory.
Is it worth asking Rebecca about?
Oh god, yeah.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Can't think of anyone else who would know the tape.
And for a pub, it's going to be very late at night.
There'll still be people in there talking about.
Yep.
I've got to check the restaurant.
Why not, hey? For old time's sake. There we go. Just so disappointed that there's no food available.
Ding!
A few more questions, please.
Come on, Rebecca.
Right. You are my prime candidate, as it were, prime suspect. Let's ask about it.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know, because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Because you said that you needed to patch up the window or something like that. Where is it? Broken pub window?
Yes.
Taped over the broken window to make it...
So long ago. We've waited a long time for this. If this is fiction.
It's because I knew it was coming. Like, it's this...
Yeah.
I just knew it.
It's so amazing.
That was a great spot if this is it.
Yeah.
Yes!
Well done, there.
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago. Was that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
Sticky tape.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving licence, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
I don't know how this pins
So what
the
are you
murder
saying?
on her, but it's...
No.
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No.
It could have been stolen with
No,
the
I don't know
laptop,
where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's licence, DNA traces.
What will come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca? Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
Oh, she knows about it.
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
She knows about that, then.
Okay. You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him.
Yep.
Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving licence thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her
She pushed her in.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You couldn't help her, but you could push her with a stick.
Rebecca.
She slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
That was Emma.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, Emma was the one.
It was Kate. No, sorry.
Emma.
Yeah, it was Emma.
It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you.
Oh, Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic, that's not the right term.
Well done.
Yes.
And it was the tape what done it.
So,
That is
it
amazing.
appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year?
Oh, that's Liam.
Seems I've only scratched
No,
the surface of
that's the donkey
Atlas
told
and
us
the
about
Rand
Oh, no,
Business
yeah.
Empire.
Yeah.
Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, What is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all.
Is
I
this
get
all
the
pointing
feeling
to a sequel?
there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Ooh. That's another one coming, isn't it?
Well done, everyone.
Well, I think, Dan, all credit to you for the tape, and also you picked Rebecca earlier on.
I did.
That is amazing.
Definitely Detective Dan. I don't think there were multiple endings, were there? I
don't think so.
presume that was just like Caroline said, that's setting up for a sequel or a cliffhanger. Or
It's setting up for one, but I don't think there is going to be one.
That's what Gia just said. Yeah.
Paul is no longer with us, of course. That is a fantastic.
Of course, that was great.
That was stunning. We did find that one that somebody put on the Discord, didn't we? About like a similar sort of immersive.
Yes,
or something like
yes. So there is someone is making a game very similar to this, and it's going to be out next June 2023. But I'm all for it. If it's even half as good as this, it will be a tremendous amount of fun. This was 2015 that this came out, and just so much fun. That was just so much fun.
Yeah, that was really good.
Just enjoyed everything about it. It never felt easy, but it never felt difficult. There were times when we did struggle, definitely, but it felt manageable. And every time we got a contradiction, it was always a huge success. And I just really did. And thank you so much to everyone in the chat for spotting a couple of things that we didn't spot here. I can't remember. No cheats used. Complete game, no cheats.
Hooray!
This was an experimental, independent game made on a tiny budget. If you liked it, please leave a review of the game and make yourself heard.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
I've seen some multi-million-dollar films that weren't as good as that.
Oh,
so
goodness, yeah.
Yeah, considering that, wow.